Well, good evening, Vitamin M family, and welcome to the pre-show. This is your time to get ready because you are going to go get your vitamins. You know that you need 3 things to get ready for the show. You need a writing device, so you need something to write with, or you need paper. You're going to need your device. If you choose to, you need a writing utensil. And I also want you to come with an open heart, mind, and soul so that you are ready to receive all that is going to be shared on tonight. Listen, let's go get your vitamins. This is your vitamin M. This is your motivation for the week. Get your vitamins. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hey. Good evening. Yes, welcome to the Vitamin M Show. Listen, I am Marshall Sterling. I am your host. I am your hype girl. Listen, I am your home girl next door. Listen, I am here to bring you your motivation and your inspiration for the week. Remember that I always recommend that you get your weekly, daily dose of vitamin M. You need your weekly dose, and if you need to go back each day to get renewed and rejuvenated, I need you to do that. On tonight, I am excited about tonight. Listen, I am excited about tonight, but I cannot bring my guest on if I don't do our little jingle. Hey, I see you getting your vitamins. Hey, I see you getting your vitamins. Hey, I see you getting your vitamins. Hey, get your vitamins. Hey, get your vitamins. Hey, get your vitamins. Yes, you know how we do it. Listen, on tonight, we are continuing our new series, My Story. Everybody has one. What's yours? My story. Everybody has one. What's yours? And on tonight, I am joined by 4 phenomenal women who are going to share their story. Listen, Black Women Bozz'd Up is in the house on tonight. Yes! Black Women Bozz'd Up. Listen, we have Ari Wells. We have Kate Thurman, we have Chanel Coleman Wesley, and we also have Anita Newsom. Listen, they are coming on tonight. I'm going to give them the stage because we have Black women bossed up sharing their stories. Listen, ladies, whoever wants to go first, introduce yourself very quickly to the audience. Tell them a little bit about yourself so they can get to know who you are before we dive in.
Yes, so I'm just grateful to be here, Marshall. Thank you so much for having us. This is awesome. This is awesome. We've had a long day, but you know what? We are not going to let that stop this train, okay? This party is going to continue going. So I am Anita Newsom. On social media, a lot of people know me as Anita and the Biz Coach. And what I try to do, I try to bring businesses and nonprofits to a place of finding their voice, finding their purpose, finding their mission so that they can go ahead and get it established through funding strategies and all other sorts of things. And I also love to motivate women. And I'm just so grateful to be here in such an awesome company of women. I love these girls and I am excited about
Yes.
this.
Thank you, Anita.
I am known on social media as Kate Thurman on Facebook, and my husband Christopher and myself, we have our own nonprofit, Angelically Blessed, where we bless families that's facing financial hardship, eviction, and under there we have 2 programs: Faith Safe Haven Women and Faith Safe Haven Men. When we minister to men and women who grapple with in silence from sexual assault, domestic violence, mental abuse, any kind of abuse, financial restraint. And so what we do is we have it's called a safe zone. You call us, we talk about it. We don't force people because being a victim of sexual assault and violence myself, I know how it felt, and how I know how people may feel because I've been through it. And you can only minister to people who's been there. You have to be there because I can say to you, I know what you're going through. I've been there. And so my husband Chris and I, what we do is that's what we do. And we also have our own TV show. So we have a lot going on.
Yes. Yes, I love it. Okay, Ari, you want to introduce yourself, Ari, to the audience?
Yes, hi. Thank you, Miss Marshall. Thank you so much for having us. I'm so excited to be on here with my sisters. I'm Ari Wells. I am coming to you from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We're down here in Dallas, Texas. I'm hanging out with my girls for Black Women Bossed Up. We're also down here with Lachelle Atkins, who's an executive producer. She's got Keep It Real TV, and then we're that's on Zandra TV Network. So this has been an amazing thing. I am a wife, a mother, an author of Girl You're Free, Shake Those Chains Off. And I'm also a motivational speaker. So thank you so much for having us again.
Okay, and come on, Chanel Wesley, introduce yourself to the audience.
Well, again, Marshall, thank you so much for having us on. My name is Chanel Coleman Wesley. I am the Empower Her strategist. I assist individuals, businesses, and brands that are passionate and purposeful about pouring into women.
Chanel said, listen, I can give it to you, Marshall, very quickly. Yes, that is Chanel. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Ladies, no, it is truly an honor when I've looked at the opportunity to bring you on. I mean, how can you turn away Black women bossed up, doing things, Black women just connecting and actually making an impact and a difference? Listen, I want to kick this thing off and I want to ask you the very first question. And I do believe it's either Ari or Chanel who's ever going to answer. How did you guys arrive at the name Black Women Bossed Up? Like, what made you land
I'll
right
answer
there?
that one. So the four of us, when we connected, we all just kind of bonded. I feel like we just naturally were able to come together, and the collaboration was just real. And because of that collaboration, I feel like that is how Black Women Bossed Up kind of got birthed. We were just all talking and chatting about coming to Dallas and what we wanted to do and how we wanted to make an impact when we came here as well. And then it's Black History Month on top of it. So there you have it. So it was like, what is the thing that we could do for other women? Sometimes women collaborate with women. Sometimes that doesn't go well, but that's not our story. And so we're here to kind of change that narrative.
Did you just say, wait a minute, or did you just say that's not our story? Like Black women collect, that's not
our story.
Oh, sis, you better say that because listen, ladies, all the ladies on here, you guys already know. I'm gonna ask the question, and I don't care which one of you jump in. Somebody got to jump in there. But when you think about what Ari just said, that's not, and it isn't, it's not the norm. It's not the norm. It is more so for us to fight against each other. What makes you guys come together?
Well, I would say, the fact that we all shared goals and vision. Number one, we're women of faith, we're women of integrity. We're women that are truly about helping other women exercise faith over fear, be able to overcome limiting beliefs. And we want to see women embrace their new place. We want to say to women, girl, you are free. We want to see women walk truly in their divinely designed purpose. And we also want to have women say yes to themselves unapologetically.
I like the faith over fear. It's the common, and if you guys, audience, if you're listening, it's the common ground that they're coming to collectively together. And I do pray that this is empowering ladies to other ladies to show that we have an opportunity, that we can come together, that we can work together, that we can achieve a goal, and we can have faith over fear. We can have the same common goal, because I always say there's room at the table for all of us. There's room at this table that we don't have to fight against each other, but if we come together,
Everybody.
the impact that we can make together versus separate. Listen, audience, we're gonna dive in. Listen, audience, we are just tipping the iceberg. We are going to dive in further after these messages. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I am excited. Listen, I am so excited on tonight. You guys know how excited I get about coming, I get about guests when they come on the show. But to have Black Women Bossed Up on the show tonight, we're giving each other, listen, we're giving love and having great discussions when we are not on here, when we're not filming, when we're on commercial break. And so I want to honor their time, because I want them to be able to tell just the part of their story. They can't tell you their whole story. You're going to have to follow them for all of that. But the name of the series is My Story. Everybody has one. What's yours? And so these ladies have a story to tell. And I wanted to kick off with, Ari, what's your story?
Hey girl. Okay. So my story, I think for me is just a story of freedom and just a travel of me back to myself. I think that many times growing up, I was that very insecure little girl that just was trying to figure out all the places that I could fit in and looking for love and like all the wrong places and spaces and people and other families and just all of the different things because of what I had went through. And that took me on a journey that actually led me through rejection, divorce, abandonment, homelessness. So I have experienced so many different things, and people will look at me and be like, you look like you a baby. That's usually what I hear all the time. It's like, you look like a baby. And I am in some ways, age-wise, for some. I'll be 37 next month. But I think that that's the major part of my story, just what it looks like on the other side of all of those things, because you can go through all of those things and still come out your best version of yourself. And it's not that things are even perfect now, but I've got the tools now. And part of that just comes from just what you see that you've been through. You know, a lot of times people be like, I don't look like what I went through.
Come
I
on.
don't. I definitely don't look like what I've been through. Even in the last week, I don't look like what I went through, just even
Come
in this.
on.
And
Yes.
so I thank God for that. And so that's the other major part of my story, is part of that freedom came from my relationship with Christ and how I came back to that.
Oh, I love it that we don't, and we shouldn't, and we should not look like what we've been through. Not even last week. I love that, sis. I love that. Come on, we gotta give it. Ooh, that's a lot. I shouldn't look like what I looked like last week. That's change. That's forward. Listen, okay, Chanel, what's your story?
Well, you know what? I think my story starts with from tragedy to triumph. About 4 years ago, I lost my daughter. And I want to say, as a mother, it is the most unnatural thing to be able to continue to live life when you are burying your child. And I was at a point where I really felt like giving up. I have started checking out mentally, physically, relationally, and spiritually. And I remember being in my oldest daughter, Tatiana's bed, and I was crying and I was groaning and I was moaning, and nothing that I said was really decipherable. And I was really just kind of just getting ready to check out on life. And she just began holding on to me and just rubbing my back. And she just kept saying to me, you know, Mama, we need you. Mama, we need you. Mama, we need you too. In her words, they just snatched me off of the cliff that I was teetering on. And I thank God for my surviving children, because I'm here today because of my surviving children and intercessory prayer. When I couldn't pray for myself, I had a foundation of people covering me in prayer. And so, what I want to be able to do is to motivate, encourage, and inspire people who feel as if they all hope is lost. They feel like they want to check out on life. I want them to know that your best is yet to come, that your days that are behind you, you have brighter days ahead, that there is still a rainbow at the end of your storm.
You said, oh, from tragedy to triumph. Audience, are you
Yes,
connecting
ma'am.
the stories together from tragedy to triumph? She lost her child, and that is unnatural. To then, how do you, but you have other people to live for. And Chanel, I can connect with that we have other people that we have to live for. We're sometimes ready to give up and quit. But what about the people that are still here that still need us? Oh, Anita, come on, jump in there, Anita, because this is like, oh, it's getting, oh, Anita, come on.
What's my story? So, like you said, we don't have enough hours or time in the day, but you know, God will have ways to show us really why He created us and why we are
Hmm.
here on earth. You know, and one of the things that let me know that I was supposed to be here. And I had obviously a purpose he gave me. There was 2 times in my life, I should have been dead. There's many more times, but it's 2 that come to mind when I think about it. When I was 3 years old, the doctors told my mom had she not brought me when she did, I would have died within 3 days because
Mm-hmm.
my esophagus was closing up from the growth that was on my vocal cords. So in my life, I started off, I couldn't talk, so I was about to not be able to breathe. So when she told me that story, I was younger, but I didn't understand it then. But as I matured, I understood. God, you know what? You saw me through that thing, and
Mm-hmm.
that was one of the things He got me through. Right. So the next thing that comes to mind is when I was still married to my ex and we were, going through this traumatic stuff. And he had a gun to my head, right? And he hit me in my head and I saw blood. The gun went off. I didn't know if I was shot. I didn't know what was going on, right? So from that, I could have been, I might not even been here, y'all, if the
Mm-hmm.
thing would have went another way, right? So I know that God has a purpose and a plan for my life. So I had to embrace that. I had to embrace that. I didn't always embrace it, y'all, because I allowed my limiting mindset of myself, oh, I don't want to be up front. I can't talk. I don't have a voice to talk. Nobody wants to hear what I have to say. I'm not important. Listening to that voice in your head. But I come to tell these ladies that that's gonna be listening to this, and those that we're gonna be speaking to this whole weekend. It don't matter what obstacle coming your way, baby. You got a purpose. God got a purpose and a plan for you. So whatever it is, it's gonna come through, no matter what happens. Okay, no gun to your head and no growth on your vocal cord is gonna hold back what God has in store for us. So that's all I got to say. Thank you.
Oh, she said no gun to your head and no growth on your vocal cords will hold you back. I hope we are watching the connection between their stories. And I think that Chanel, I think you coined it very well when you said from tragedy to triumph. Each one of us and each one of you have told a story of tragedy, but then but what are you doing now? And you've overcome it to sit here. Come on, they have to be overcomers. They're sitting on the show. They're Black Women Bossed Up. They've overcome some things in their life, and now they're sharing those. Listen, they got to share some more key takeaways. But before we go there, Kate, what's your story?
Well, I got one.
Yes,
You ready for it?
we ready. We ready.
I'm a child of rape. Let's start there. My mother was raped when she was 14. From being a child of rape and being sexually assaulted myself, trying to kill myself, taking 21 pills. I walked in there. It's been plenty of times I'm not supposed to be here, like Anita said and like Chanel said, from tragedy to triumph, and taking that leap. And knowing when you do all of these things and learning how to say yes to yourself. When I had my daughter, I walked in that hospital. I walked out. A week later, they looked at me like, who is she? Because my blood count went down to 5. Having PCOS, having several miscarriages. Like Anita being in a relationship that I had no business being in, but someone calling you with a gun to the head. It's been there, done that. Losing my sister on my birthday. When the doctor calls a happy birthday, your sister just passed. Went from 2 kids to 5 on my birthday. I got a story just like all of us. We are connected. But I know that it was only God that brought me through each and everything that I've been through. And meeting Anita, meeting Chanel, and Chanel saying, what are you going to do to empower women? Because I was once voiceless. Because nobody listened to me. Everybody picked on me. I felt like everything I said, someone was going to judge. I'm 43 and I'm just now finding my voice. So I'm here to empower women to walk in their true divine purpose and find their voice because you are not what you've been through. And that's a little bit of my story, just a little
Ooh,
bit.
I need to find some. Mm, mm. We're here to empower women. Ooh. What are you going to do to empower the next person? Listen, we're going to talk about that after these messages.
Marshall Sterling is available for your next event. Known for her energetic speaking style and down-to-earth teaching, Marshall has made a positive impact on her audience at every engagement. Whether it is a keynote address, conference, workshop, breakout session, or staff meeting, Marshall brings the same fire and excitement to every session. To bring the Sterling experience to your next event, scan the QR code on the screen, or go to www.marshallsterling.com.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Listen, we have Black Women Bossed Up, and we are heavy into our telling our stories. Remember, my story, everybody has one. What's yours? And Chanel, I wanted to really go to you really quickly, because I want to talk about yours is one of just from tragedy to triumph. But you said she said yes to herself. Why should we all say yes to ourselves? Why?
I think saying yes to yourself is necessary. I think there was a time when we all told ourselves no, when we started to shrink ourselves and to fit ourselves into boxes that really couldn't contain us. And sometimes God allows tragedy and God allows discomfort, strife, things to be able to take us outside of the confines that we limit ourselves to. And so she said yes to herself because once she said no, she did so unapologetically. Why? Because there were times when she said it with her voice trembling, with her heart shaking, and she had to learn to be able to embrace that yes. And so my 3 points that I want to leave with you are: number one, the power is in your perception. Two, transition never happens in a comfortable place. And three, your pain is parallel to your progress.
Wait, Chanel, Chanel, you can't just throw that out there and then try to speed through. Man, wait, hold up. Point number one, say that again. What did you say?
Transition never happens in a comfortable place.
Transition never happens in a comfortable place. Okay, one.
Yes. Number two, the power is in your perception.
Power is in your perception.
Right. Number three is that your pain is parallel to your progress.
Your pain is... Oh, ladies.
That's only she said yes to herself unapologetically, the first one. I'm just saying.
Yes. Yes, but my pain is parallel to my progress.
Because pain and progress are usually present at the same moment, at the same space, but you have to be able to deny one to be able to access and hold on to the other.
Sis, I'm done with you. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say to that, sis. I'm over it, ma'am. That is a whole mouthful. Listen, from my pain, I can't get off of that. I'm sorry. I just can't get off those. I cannot get off those 3 points. Ladies, why, for all of you, the same question, ladies. Ari, why say yes? Why say yes to yourself, and why share your story?
I think it's really important to share your story. I'll start with that part first. Sharing your story is part of you saying yes to yourself. And part of that is like you're giving yourself a voice. Because so many times we won't tell our story because we'll think like it's not that important. I haven't been through that much. Other people been through worse. Or you just scared to share it in general because you feel like somebody is going to judge you because of your story or whatnot. But you are, and it was on like a meme online because I don't want to take credit for it, but it's the truth. It said like your story is somebody else's survival guide, and it is. And so like when you are able to do that, that's how you empower other people. And I think the thing that, like I was saying at the beginning, how sometimes women don't collaborate well with other women, sometimes Black women don't collaborate well with other Black women, but you got to be able to reach around, sometimes behind you, to grab your sister and say, come on, come with me, like reach back around, grab her, she was where you was at, and pull it. Like, come on, you can come with me. Let me show you how to do it. I was where you was at. Come on. And then so when you do that with that sister, then that sister can grab another sister, and then before you know it, everybody is getting healed. Everybody is figuring out who they are in Christ. Everybody is growing. Everybody is happy, healed, and whole. But it happens in community. The same way we got broken is the same way we get healed.
Ooh. The same way we got broken is the same way we get healed. You, sis. Yes. Yes, the same. But just think of that mentality, ladies. The same way that we got broken is the same way that we get healed. In a community, connected to somebody else. Listen, Kate, what's your 3? Why tell your story, and what's your 3 key takeaways?
To tell my story is the key takeaways. It's all the same. I needed to learn how to motivate my mind and be able to speak out and tell my truth. And in turn, I'm able to motivate others, just like Ari said. I can motivate you, you can motivate someone else. And then I had to learn to stop abusing myself like everybody else abused me.
Mm.
I was
Ooh.
abusing myself, not being able to use my voice and speak to others and empower others because I felt like someone is going to judge what I've been through. It's not my fault. I told myself yes, so they can see, okay, she went through this. I probably went through this, all of it the same, but guess what? Look what I did. You can do it too. And third, everybody has a purpose on this earth. Everybody has a walk with Christ. No matter where you are right now, you are here for a purpose. Figure out what your purpose is because I figured out mine.
That's it. Anita, we running out. We running to the end. Anita, you got 30 seconds. Give your 3.
Oh my God, my 3. So I talk about in my story in the She Said Yes anthology. I talk about how we are loved. A lot of times we don't understand God's love for us. We don't understand because I talk about I was in the beds and heads of a lot of men, but I didn't understand the God love, the Abba Father love he had for me, right? So that's number 1. Number 2 is we are forgiven. You know, a lot of times we have to start with ourselves. We don't even forgive ourselves for some of that mess we did. I can speak for me. I walked around, shame face, as they say, because I was ashamed of what I had done, things I had done, things I had been through. All right. But we got to know that God He has made us to be in a state of forgiveness, and we are to forgive as well, right? And number 3 is we are truth. Baby, if God say he the truth, and we in his image and his likeness, and when I grabbed a hold of that and I embraced who I was, I understood, baby, I'm truth too. I speak truth. I live truth. I walk in truth. So everywhere I go, there ain't no lies because it's the truth. Because I'm in his image. And I love that. And I thank you.
Ladies, the Black Women Bossed Up. If you are not following these ladies, listen. We're at the end of our time, audience. This has been a mind-blowing experience. I'm going to show you at the end. It's going to come up how to follow them, where to find them, and because I need you to go and follow them. This has been your Vitamin M with Black Women Bossed Up. I will see you on next week.
Join us next week to get your weekly dose of Vitamin M. Join the Sterling Inner Circle today. Please visit our website at www.marshallsterling.com.